Hey all, Christopher here, and welcome back to the Boldly Grow Homestead. It's early April, and I figured I'd give you a quick tour of what's going on right now in the garden. Still pretty early on, but I have started getting seeds in the ground, and the garlic's popping up and things like that, so I figured I'd give you a quick tour. And then towards the end, I'll show you what the plants under the grow lights are looking like, because I don't think I've shown you that setup yet, other than maybe on Instagram. So yeah, let's go. Homesteading, the original frontier. These are the adventures of the Boldly Grow Homestead. Its continuing mission to coexist with the environment, to find new plant varieties and new inspirations, to boldly grow like no one has grown before. Alright, since Mischief wants to hang out by the side garden for the time being, I'll show you what I have going on here. This is where the tomatoes and peppers are going to go. None of that's in the ground right now, but I do have some of my winter container gardens. Here I have a mix of zinnia from Eden Brothers. My lavender has not come up, but that seems to be par for the course when I try lavender. I got a couple of lupin that came up. Unfortunately not too many. Someone wants to say hi. Can I say hi, Mischief? No? Alright. This one. Those are the Shasta daisies. Got a few of those. Those are going to go around the oak tree. And what do we have here? Oh. Did I do two daisies? No, sorry. These ones are the pansies. Those are going to go around the mailbox if they grow fast enough. These are the daisies. A lot more daisies. I'm pretty sure the bee balm doesn't have anything, which is why I'm keeping it closed for now. Nasturtiums are not doing anything yet. Coneflowers aren't doing anything yet. And then I have some trial runs here. I got 9 different types of peppers in this one per each section there. And then I got one for tomatoes over here. Those haven't sprouted yet. And I'm going to do another one for pumpkins and maybe some basil and a few other floral things, at least until it's time to get everything out. I'll keep using this space for that and seeing how much I can push the limits. And the cat is running away, so off to the next place. Oh, before that though, the blueberry bush. Not sure how well you can see that, but where's a good one? There's a good one. It's starting to bud. So I'm not sure. I put this in last year. I'm not sure if I'll get anything off it this year. I didn't last year, but we'll see. And then I'll pan quickly here. The raspberry bush, which I cut back, starting to get some green on it. And then I planted one of my extra strawberries over here because I didn't have enough space in my main strawberry spot. So, and now I really have to go find the cat. Oh, never mind. She's coming back. She's pretty good. But let's go show you some of the other stuff going on. Alright, so here we are over at the main garden. You can look at the obvious stuff first here. The garlic, doing very well. I do seem to be missing a row of the elephant garlic here, and potentially one here. I don't know if this was the elephant garlic or... Yeah, it's probably an elephant garlic row there too. So that seems to be struggling a little bit. But I remember if this was the music or the Italy giant or Italian giant, but one or the other. Either way, they're both doing well. And then this last section here was an experiment. If you recall from my video, my past garlic video, when I planted these, I had some garlic seed that I ordered from Ukraine, because why not? And I don't know, but I got this little guy here and this little stringy dude here, and they have the same textural feel as the garlic I planted from bulbs. So I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm going to leave them alone for now and see what happens. And I'm just kind of seeing now, it looks like something's going on with this guy there. I don't know. The squirrels have been a bit of a nuisance. You can see little holes, shallow holes, but holes nonetheless, where they've been digging for acorns. I actually have a clip from the trail cam here, showing, I think it was this garlic right there, jostling away while the squirrel was hunting for and successfully finding an acorn. Alright, so some other things we have going on up here. I did plant some calendula all along here, well, in patches. I didn't do a whole length of calendula, but a couple here and a couple on both sides. I think it was this one. Yeah, we got a little bit of action starting to come up. I think that was the only one I've seen so far. I didn't check them all out, but hopefully those will start taking off soon. Get some nice little color and some edible flowers and things. This guy came up on its own. I'm not sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of flower, but I don't know. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I tried the iNaturalist app, and right now it's just saying it's in the aster sunflower family kind of thing, and so I don't know. But it's not harming anything right now. I'll let it go for now, and if I need to pluck it later, I'll pluck it later. There's another pair of calendulas. I did a strawberry calendula, and I can never pronounce this one. So if I remember, which I usually don't, but if I remember, I'll put the name up on the screen for you. Next door here, let's see. These are some onions. I got yellow of Parma and then ruby red onion. I didn't try onion from seed last year, so this will be an experiment. Then I got some parsley going back here. I didn't check these, but I don't think anything sprouted. I think those take a little while longer. Same with the onions. I plan on doing another batch of onions somewhere else in the bed, but I'm not sure where yet. So there's those. Let's see, some more calendula. And then another batch of calendula here too. And so that brings us, that's the front of the main bed here. All right, so on the west side here of the main bed, I did a planting of radishes here. A couple different varieties. I did icicle, French breakfast radish, cherry bell radish, and then Spanish black or black Spanish. No action. There's a little bit of action on the French there, but for the most part, I haven't seen anything on these guys yet. But they're within the week to 10 days now, so hopefully they'll start taking off. And then all along here, I planted about 192 sugar snap and regular shelling pea plants. I know I've already lost some of them from squirrel and birds rummaging through. And I haven't seen any action on any of them yet otherwise, so hopefully they'll pop soon, but I have read that it can take between 10 and 30 days, and we're definitely over the 10, but not anywhere near the 30 yet. So that's what we got going on along here. I'm going to try to walk slowly so I don't give anyone a headache with all the motion. But I put some nasturtiums in a couple days ago, so I suspect there's nothing going on with these yet. Yeah, some nasturtiums there. Let's see, anything else over here? Yeah, another batch of nasturtiums. And then while I'm over here, I planted some trailing nasturtiums up in this little hang-in basket here. The idea that they'll trail on down. That's what this guy was last year. And I read trailing, but in my head I had climbing. So I tried to have it climb up the pole, which of course didn't work. They just trailed. So this time I'm going to plant them up there and hopefully have them fall down. And I'm sure some seeds probably self-sowed there, so I'll probably have a batch on the bottom as well. Alright, so here we are on the east side of the main bed. And here was my lone lupin that popped last year. I'm not sure if it's going to come back or not. I honestly don't know if I was supposed to cut this part back. It certainly doesn't seem alive at this point. But we'll see if it comes back from the roots or not. So I'm just going to leave that there now, basically as a marker, so I know where it was. Oh, Mischief has decided to join us. Hey, Mischief. Let's see. We have a rogue garlic here. This must have been a clove that I didn't think was worth planting, had too many of, or whatever, I don't know. Or it was one from the grocery store that I decided was no longer edible and tossed it out, but it's sprouting, so I'm just going to leave it. And this is what happens when you try to garden with your cat. Hold on. Well, since Mischief's being, well, Mischief, she's living up to her name, this is the strawberry patch. These 4 poles here are the strawberries that I had planted last year that survived, and some of their runners. And then, I'm not sure how well you can see them, but there's little popsicle sticks all the way around. That is roughly another 25 strawberry plants that I planted this year, which hopefully have a better success rate. I think I did 12 last year. And the back half didn't make it, the front half did. And then the center area is the milkweed. Right in the center pole was a milkweed start that I had one last year that I put in. And then in the fall, I planted some more milkweed seeds around it so they could cold stratify, overwinter, all that stuff. And hopefully they'll start popping soon. You can already see some of the strawberries from last year greening up nicely. And if you're wondering about that, those bits of green, I do mulch with both oak leaves and the maple leaves from the yard, so I have a lot of baby oak trees and maple trees that like to pop up every year, but they're easy to pull out. Continuing on the east side here, I got another batch of nasturtiums, calendula, and nasturtiums here. And then this little patch is pink dandelion from Baker Creek, new this year. I wanted to try. My mother really likes pink, and I figured why not? Something a little novel, even though we get plenty of wild dandelions that grow in the yard. So that's out there. See if that goes. I haven't tried dandelion before, but it'd certainly be nice to try something I grew specifically, and then I can branch out into maybe some of the wild stuff in the yard. Alright, the north side of the garden is going to be a little harder to film. I have a bad hip, which gives me bad balance, and I, of course, didn't leave myself much of a walkway. But in the back here, I have tree lettuce, and then I think dinosaur kale is the second, and I don't know. Well, there's a mixture of lettuce and kales up there. Nothing's sprouting yet. I did put in some New Zealand spinach, which may have been too early in hindsight because it's not normal spinach. What did I put over here? Oh yeah, some various greens, minutina, purslane, and watercress. Again, those may have been the wrong time, but I figured I'd give them a try. So yeah, so tree lettuce, mesclun, I don't know how you pronounce it, but that lettuce mix, Freckles lettuce, Freckles romaine I think it is, Black Simpson lettuce, dinosaur kale is here, scarlet kale, and then New Zealand spinach is this front row. And when you don't know where your cat is because you've been filming and you go look, she's just having a grand old time. Definitely have to be careful though with ticks. It's going to be a bad tick year, and we definitely get plenty of deer in the yard. So, well, enjoy, Mischief. I'm going to finish filming this the back part of the garden here. So in the northernmost part, at the back of the garden here, is where I have the makeshift compost bin. It's really just a pile of leaves and the occasional food scraps at the moment. It'll really get going once we have to start cutting the grass. That'll add the nice boost of nitrogen it needs. So right now it's just kind of sitting there, but keeps things contained. And I needed to get it started, so this, I just took some chicken wire and a couple T-posts and wrapped it around, so it's very very makeshift, and I got to do something better, but the ground was still pretty solid at the time, so it does the trick for now.